They are giving me fat injections in my side. It's 6 a.m. So they like officially, when 7 o'clock hits, and I have an alarm set for 7:10 a.m. When that hits, like it's officially been 24 hours straight that they've been putting me in this extreme ass motherfucking pain. Attacking the fuck out of me with science and lying, acting like I do drugs. Calling me fucking crackheads, got decoys in place and shit. Get the fuck off my chest and back. And I started recording because they started talking about doing the same thing they always do. Attack me the entire motherfucking night. Act like ain't nothing being said. Don't show no motherfucking body. And then, like, will drop me in to sleep for like 10-15 minutes before they wake me up. Or before my alarm is set to go off. So I just want you to see this. The time is now 5:53 a.m. My alarm is set for 7:10. Watch what they do. It's been 22 hours. This demonic ass hotel. You better shut the fuck up talking to me. Fuck you dummies. I wish you could see this, like, whoa, I need to keep it on the charger. Is the brightness turned all the way up? Nope. And the bitch had the nerve to be trying to cause like an outburst by giving me fat injections in my side. So what they've been doing is they've been attacking whichever side is against the bed, acting like they're doing something that's not visible. You're off the fucking that. You know about how both those white guys have respiratory infections and how that's why they keep attacking my motherfucking back and chest for all the smokers they're calling me. One of the reasons they're attacking my back. But definitely the only reason that they've been attacking my chest. They said he's starting to get paranoid as fuck. And was walking in and out of his hotel room to sabotage me and acting like he wasn't in no safe spaces. Monday. They changed the sound of that's right next door. Next door, this in this hotel. As soon as I say next door, they started lying about it being whatever, and this is a hotel. Get the fuck off my neck. Stop touching me. They just gave me a shot in my thigh. Near my vagina. Shut the fuck up. That motherfucker has a sack. That Reebok's pink one that I have, that's how they're calling me that one chick. They work at the desk. I ain't wearing ones that don't never come out the suitcase. Oh, sure, it's more light so you can see what they're doing to my back. Like, you gotta see it when it fall. Shut the fuck up. They tried to force me to sleep with my earplugs in tonight. It's the first night I had it. In a few. Today is the beginning of week 8. Week 5 at this hotel. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You hear them malfunctioning equipment because I moved my hand while they're acting like they're getting off me. Thank goodness. They were freezing me. I had to break out my fucking blanket. Stop talking to me. They said somebody's nephew don't seriously change your mind. Y'all ain't got no business talking to me about no kids because I don't have nothing to do with no fucking kids. Now readers will read. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Stop acting like you in the fucking wrong with me. Stop. No, she didn't. She put 9 pieces of cheese on there. For too fucking many. They're talking about what they did to my sub at Subway, and this is like weeks ago. He said something about somebody not having neighbors behind her. They were flashing images of my mom's house, but they were talking about my house in Oklahoma. Get off my neck. They're lying. They just suggested that they gave me $70,000. They did. They've been declining all my motherfucking purchases and shit. I gotta go down there. You know what? I'm so tired. I am so fucking tired. All I can say is 2 days. Shut the fuck up and stop lying. You see that? Stop. Stop saying. Stop. See what they're doing? No, they're pinning. Oh, they're coughing on me. Both those guys were out there on the balcony hacking it up. She's making eye statements, talking about she get her point across. She ain't been getting no sleep at the same places that been acting like she comfortable in this space. Can you hear him? Shut the fuck up. And they're looking at somebody else talking about they were honestly sabotaging Tequila. They keep referring to all of them as me. You wouldn't imagine how many times I've gone off about them use my motherfucking name like that. Look at those guys. He said he is gonna realize that she is not able to sleep at these places. Shut the fuck up and get off my neck and back. You heard what I said. Stop. That's all induced. They're controlling and they're making it happen. Stop. Attacking the back of my motherfucking calf with fat injections. Shut the fuck up. You heard what I said. Y'all asses are lucky I don't got a fucking pistol. This shit we been over weeks ago. Yeah, playing games, acting like the motherfuckers with the staff, like acting like they fucking bitch stop. You know, lucky this motherfucking weapon is 4 feet, and they would see it coming, and don't nobody be at the motherfucking desk anyhow. Shut the fuck up. You know, playing stupid ass dummies. You stupid, slow, retarded, stinking ass scientists. Trifling ass motherfuckers. They say he be acting like he looking out for her at these places and been sabotaging her and calling her all these horrible ass people. Shut the fuck up. So you know I always tell them to watch their motherfucking mouths. Like the bitch just tried to act like they be telling me to watch my mouth. They said Takeda don't watch her mouth at none of these places. And they were calling me him, saying that when he saw me, that he was gonna know that I don't play with none of these federal agents. That they were gonna let him hear. I don't wanna fucking hear it. Shut the fuck up talking to me. So look at what they're trying to do. What's the intent? To eat up the day with a slumber. They're trying to make me sleep at hours that I wouldn't be asleep. They're acting like the bus demons are different from these demons, and talking about if I take off that they're gonna be looking at him. Like every time I go out, they start talking about these bus drivers are gonna know that they're sabotaging them, and they always end up. You know how the bus drivers were being used? They were using the neighbors to attack me. So no different than the neighbors, and that's what every group, every entity, wherever these um, things that fall under the city's politics and stuff like that, you know, like wherever there was a group, they always used the street that I lived on. Or so we're talking about the university, we're talking about the hospital, we're talking about the police department, the courthouse, CSS, the bus station, and a ton of other fucking places, right? All those places, wherever there's a group, they were using the street okay, to attack me. These same things are trying to sustain themselves. They find these hotel type situations convenient as fuck because motherfuckers are in and out. And this is a low ass motherfucking like it is like it's one of those places. It supports two different suggestions. You would think it's both decent and bad, because that's like the type of situation it is. Some of the rooms are bad, some of the rooms are decent, and with all this in and out, it's a low spot, low people. Trifling shit is floating around here. Trifling shit happens here. I sure are. You heard what I said. You're giving me a shot in my back. Because I don't give a fuck. Bitch, and I told you, and y'all know. They talking about how I be chastising people and then be looking right at them like I don't. It's because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck that I blocked your number, and I don't give a fuck that you text or that you try to call the rules phone and that I be unplugging. I don't give a fuck, and I don't give a fuck about seeing you after I've done none of it. Cause I meant to do what I did. And you ain't gonna ever catch me acting like I didn't fucking mean it. It is 6:42 a.m. He says that he's realizing that these motherfuckers are only staying the night one night and acting like they did something to me. Like they showed up and did something to me. Random identity, mind you. You don't know me. The guy next door don't know me. I don't know him. But they literally show up and try to offend, try to act out a problem. Try to look at you some type of way. Bitch, if I would have caught that thing looking any kind of fucking way at me, I would have pumped his face full of lead. As soon as they think I'm gonna come, these are informed ages, the motherfucker would disappear inside and not come back out. You think I'm gonna keep jumping up, getting in and out of motherfucking clothes? Do I look like a motherfucking dummy to you? Y'all are some motherfucking punks. Stop talking to me. Satan. I'm tired of telling y'all to stop. I'm tired of telling y'all to get the fuck off my neck and back. Shut the fuck up. I said shut the fuck up. And yeah. Oh, Bitch, you about the stupidest hoe on the planet. Do you know what fucking time it is? You should have kept your fucking mouth shut. They said you about to watch him get paranoid right in front of you. Stop touching my knee. No, you will not be. You heard what I said, bitch. I told y'all about talking back to me. I told y'all about running y'all motherfucking mouths. When I say shut the fuck up, that's what I mean. And y'all know it. You taking advantage of this motherfucking voice to squall shit, of this air. Bitch, I am alone. You'll never pull that shit to my face. Stop. I said stop. Yeah, y'all are experiencing issues, but not the type you're gonna be experiencing. Shut the fuck up talking to me about kids. They still haven't put my money on my card. It never takes that long. Normally it's available right away. And this was done at 2 p.m. yesterday. Stupid ass addicts. I am gonna fuck y'all asses up. How y'all are attacking me says every motherfucking thing, bitch. I don't have to say nothing. Hmm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Satan, I said stop. Philadelphia all her life. This area is so beautiful. She loves experiencing all the different seasons. Her husband lives happily in her cozy home with her 2 children, a hamster, and a dog.
The classic perspective. Ethnocentrism has its roots in words implying feelings and judgments that are centered centrism in an individual's. Ethnocentrism has its roots in words implying feelings and judgments that are centered centrism in an individual's own cultural or ethnic ethno context. Brislin, 2000, and frequently involves of perceiving outsiders with suspicion. Price and Crampo, 2002, and B. Individual tendencies toward group self-centeredness. Bizumic and Duckett, 2007. Further, we seem to want to be near others who are like us, and we feel different from, and sometimes fearful of, those who are not like us. Strickland, 2000. The result, Sumner, 1906, suggested, is a division between in-groups and out-groups, in which in-group members consider their own practices the standard against which they measure out-groups. Members of the in-group are likely to see themselves as superior to who, 2008, and more possessed of virtue than Hammond and Axelrod, 2006, out-group members. The traditional Sumnerian view includes not only elevation of one's own group, but also negative attitudes toward the other, the out-group. The potential for negative assessment increases with greater differences between the groups. Berry et al., 2002. And, as Radin, 2003, noted, Sumner concerned himself primarily with unitary, homogeneous groups with clearly external out-groups. This was likely due, at least in part, to the fact that Sumner studied groups that found it necessary to unite against other groups in the interest of survival, and idea consistent with the finding of Pratto and Glassford, 2008, that individuals value the lives of their in-group members more than those of an out-group when the groups are in competition. Sumner, 1906, pointed out, for example, that Jews divided people between themselves in-group and Gentiles out-group, and that the Greeks and Romans in-groups saw all others as barbarians out-groups. A contemporary view. Research today, particularly in cultures as diverse as the U.S., often involves studies in which one racial or ethnic subgroup is the in-group, and other groups, although internal to the country, are out-groups. Radin, 2003. And studies have generally continued to support the notion that positive feelings for the in-group and negative feelings for out-groups bear a reciprocal relation to each other. Brewer, 1999. However, as Brewer, 1999, 2007, reported, data from many groups have shown that, although individuals tend to be differentially positive toward their in-group, these attitudes may be independent of their attitudes toward out-groups.
Do you see how as soon, like, as these things go outside, like, and cough, they're attacking me, claiming that they realize something isn't happening the way that it's supposed to, and that they're starting to cough again, and right away they start laying back in on my motherfucking back. So they were acting like they were getting off of me. It shows up, act like it did something when clearly nothing happened, and they go back to attacking me with science.
That, although individuals tend to be differentially positive toward their in-group, these attitudes may be independent of their attitudes toward out-groups.
What the fuck
In
would
other
you
words,
do
we can have positive.
if,
In other words, we can have.
hold on. What would you do if that was being done to you all the time? I'm talking about constant motherfuckers. You ain't paying no mind. The government just on and on and on and on. And then they do small shit to align to let you know that they're them. That they're actually using these identities. What would you do? You can't hit anyone and get the right one, right? 7:03 a.m.
In other words, we can have positive feelings toward members of our in-groups without corresponding attitudes of disdain or hostility. Toward out-groups, a perspective supported by the work of Khan and Liu 2008, who found, in a study of Indians and Pakistanis, more support for favoring the in-group than for disfavoring the out-group. Bizumic and Duckett 2007, in a study of 3 varieties of group self-centeredness, ethnocentrism, fundamentalism, and anthropocentrism among Australian university students, found that individuals who strongly favor their own human groups over others also tend to favor humans over other species. Thus, prejudice against animals was related to self-centeredness in relation to human out-groups.
Shut up.
However, ethnocentrism, like the other forms of self-centeredness, correlated with negative feelings toward specific relevant out-groups, but not toward out-groups in general. Further, although Radin 2003 found classic Sumnerian ethnocentrism, i.e., positive attitudes toward the in-group, hostility toward the out-group among some subgroups of a large probability sample of white Americans, in-group bias without the implication of unfavorable views of out-groups was more prevalent in his sample. This finding led Radin to point up the methodological importance of the distinction between the classic form of ethnocentrism and the more common in-group bias, suggesting that the latter may be a midpoint between the extremes of classic ethnocentrism and the absence of ethnocentrism. In an effort to clarify what is and is not ethnocentrism, Bizumic and Duckett 2012 noted that ethnocentrism is more than just out-group negativity and in-group positivity. Such current work indicates that the occurrence of ethnocentrism, in its contemporary incarnation, is more complex and more nuanced than the Sumnerian perspective might suggest. Who is ethnocentric? Many writers have discussed the universal
I hate that these
tendency of
fucking books ain't hard copies. This does, of course, it has a highlighter and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm gonna have to go back into like those other books also and reference some things. I've done with all my discussion questions, so I've made 3 posts, but I haven't started on the assignment, and I did read it, so I gotta find an article. And you know, I don't know, it might take me 4 or 5 hours to do today, because it's not a heavy word requirement. I just be liking to well, look at what happened. No sleep. So when I fall asleep, the day's gone. They're trying to make sure I don't leave this fucking hotel. While they lying claiming I got a car. My fucking car is in Oklahoma.
Many writers have discussed the universal tendency of humans to be ethnocentric, e.g., Levine and Campbell, 1972. Newley, Hintz, and McCroskey, 2005. Shuya, 2007. Researchers have studied ethnocentrism in relation to ethnic minorities within the United States. Gidler, 1972. Araba, 1972. Mudisya and Ross, 2005. Prothero, 1952. Radin, 2003, in Attitudes Toward Immigrants. Valentino, Bratter, and Jardina, 2013. Across Nationalities. Beswick, 1972. Kashdan, 2001. Khan and Liu, 2008. Lee and Liu, 1975, in The Tendencies of Consumers to Buy Domestic Products, Chrysochoides, Crystalis, and Koreas. 2007. Fernandez Ferrin, Calvo Torrientes, Bande, Artaras Mignon, and Galan Ladero, 2018. Schuan 9, 2008. Nguyen, and Barrett, 2008. Vita, 2008, and Toward People with Disabilities, Chesler, 1965. Ethnocentrism has also been manifest in perceptions of intercultural attractiveness and competence of individuals from other cultures. Newleaf et al. 2005. Sumner, 1906, recounted a long list of cultural groups, including Lapps, Kiowa, Caribs, Greenlanders, Jews, Seri, and others that developed terms denoting their respective groups as uniquely men, people, chosen, or otherwise superior. And, of course, researchers, being human themselves, are also subject to ethnocentrism. Hofstein, 2007. Thus, ethnocentric bias exists not only at the levels of the individual and intergroup relations, but also at the level of the scientists who study psychological phenomena across cultures, e.g., Berry et al., 2002. Hofstein, 2007. Campbell, 1970, among others, has proposed research methodologies designed to ameliorate the contaminating influence of ethnocentrism in social science investigations. Everyone, it seems, is ethnocentric or at least potentially susceptible to ethnocentrism. It seems clear, as Matsumoto and Wong 2013, p. 390, suggested, that we all have our cultural filters when we perceive others, and that it follows that just about everyone in the world is ethnocentric. Inevitably, we see the world from the only vantage point we know, our own. How does ethnocentrism develop? Researchers have studied ethnocentrism from a variety of perspectives, some of them biological, and others entailing a number of psychological variables. Here we review some essential aspects of our understanding of the development of ethnocentrism from different points of view. Biological perspectives. Ethnocentrism may seem to be automatic. LeBaron, 2003, as a part of the enculturation of children within a society. A process in which some see the child learning its culture and its attitudes as a kind of tabula rasa. Levine, 1982. On the other hand, some writers have argued for an evolutionary basis for ethnocentrism. Wilson, 1978, for example, raised the possibility that biological advantage might accrue to ethnocentric tribal groups, not only from aggression but also from other associated behaviors. Wilson argued that particular behaviors, e.g., specific forms of aggression, are not genetically transmitted, but that cultural structures supporting them may have been. Thus, adaptive groups were those that successfully divided the world between us and them. Similarly, Thayer, 2004.
Fuck up.
The classic perspective. Ethnocentrism has its roots in words implying feelings and judgments that are centered centrism in an individual's own cultural or ethnic context. Brislin, 2000, and frequently involves of perceiving outsiders with suspicion. Price and Croppo, 2002, and b. individual tendencies toward group self-centeredness. Bizumic and Duckett, 2007. Further, we seem to want to be near others who are like us, and we feel different from, and sometimes fearful of, those who are not like us. Strickland, 2000. The result, Sumner, 1906, suggested, is a division between in-groups and out-groups, in which in-group members consider their own practices the standard against which they measure out-groups. Members of the in-group are likely to see themselves as superior to who, 2008, and more possessed of virtue than Hammond and Axelrod, 2006, out-group members. The traditional Sumnerian view includes not only elevation of one's own group, but also negative attitudes toward the other, the out-group. The potential for negative assessment increases with greater differences between the groups. Berry et al., 2002. And, as Radin, 2003, noted, Sumner concerned himself primarily with unitary, homogeneous groups with clearly external out-groups. This was likely due, at least in part, to the fact that Sumner studied groups that found it necessary to unite against other groups in the interest of
Stop touching my
survival.
fucking
An
leg.
idea consistent with the finding of Prado and Glassford 2008 that individuals value the lives of
My
their
alarm
in-group
didn't go off.
members more than those of an out-group.
Every time this was going off, they were calling it his ringtone, and they are completely different. It has been 24 hours they've been on this ship. Trying to claim my activity. That's what that song sounds like. A lot of the dye came off of this side of my hands today, but my nails are obviously still